Hey guys, it's me, it's PokemonTripHD, and we're back today with some more TBU action. This is week 3, and we're going up against Gabriel, coach of the LA Galuxray. His links are going to be down in the description below, so you can go ahead and check him out if you want to. Gabriel is a phenomenal battler. If you didn't see his last week's match, he is a great battler, and he predicts a lot. Now, this match is going to be a post-com. Let me just get that out of the way. Because this match took the entire battle timer limit, so it took the entire hour. Of the timer, which is, yeah, so it took the entire hour of the timer. There's no face cam because my eye is actually hurting and it's kind of like reddish. That's one of the reasons why I didn't record this yesterday and get it up yesterday when it was supposed to be up. But yeah, so I think, is that all I need to say? Why it's why it wasn't up yesterday? I think that's everything. So Gabriel, he's a great battler. He's such a good battler. He made it to playoffs last season of the TBU. And he, in this season so far, he's 0-1. We are 0-2. He did not play his week 1 match yet because of scheduling issues, and they're going to be having that match later. But so he's 0-1 right now. He lost his match to Sky, and we lost 2 matches before this. So this is week 3. His team, we talked about his team in the preview. If you want to know more about our team, just go check out the preview that was uploaded 2 days ago. Not yesterday, but 2 days ago. So you can see our team. Basically, I'm going to go over our team really quickly. We have a Fire Spin Lefties Arcanine, a bulky Dragonite, a Lefties Calm Mind Celebi, which is bulky, a specially defensive Quagsire, which has Curse. It has Curse. Shaniqua has Curse. We have Scizor, which is bulky, meant to defog. And I'll also kind of check here in black. Then we have Breloom, which is kind of going to be like our setup and win kind of poke. It has Spore, Swords Dance, Mach Punch, and Bullet Seed. It does a lot of working as a team. As you can see by the team he brought, it can beat his team if we get rid of the Beedrill. It just beats his team with, other than the Beedrill, it kind of just beats his team. Unless that's like a defensive Granbull and get an Intimidate drop, we can still Spore it and then Bullet Seed it to death. So at +2, we beat everything on his team with Mach Punch or Bullet Seed, minus a possible very defensive Granbull and the Beedrill. So Breloom is looking really, really good right now. Breloom is looking really, really good by the team preview. The team I expected him to bring was Emboar, Electros, Magnezone, Hippowdon, Kyurem Black, and Mew. He brought 4 out of the 6 that I predicted. I didn't really predict the Mega Beedrill to come or the Granbull to come. I really didn't expect Granbull to come, but he brought them both, which is kind of alright. Arcanine does well both of them, but Arcanine's main purpose is to just get rid of the Hippowdon. Which is kind of weird because Arcanine's a fire type, Hippowdon's a ground type. But yeah, if you watch team preview, you would know that. Also, looking at the team, Dragonite does really, really well, especially if we can get our sub up. It does really, really well against this team. Calm Mind Celebi actually could potentially also sweep, besides the Beedrill, and depending on his Kyurem Black set, it could actually sweep. Also, if the Emboar is Scarfed, then we can't. But we can also beat a regular Emboar. Quagsire walls most things. Scizor's just there. And then we have Breloom, which does really, really good against the team like I've already talked about. So that's basically what I got out of this team preview thing. And my lead, I'm thinking about it, and we don't really have a safe switch in to his Kyurem Black, depending on the Kyurem. We don't really have a safe switch in to the likes of Beedrill. I mean, Arcanine's a decent switch in, but I'm thinking I'm going to lead with Arcanine. So let's just go and let's press play, and let's go ahead and get right into this battle. So I'm going to lead off with Arcanine because I feel like it's a great lead. Also, this is at ×2 speed. I'm not going to go over every single play because it's, like I said, it's an hour-long battle. It's 50-something turns. So I'm going to lead with Arcanine because it's the best lead against team. He leads Kyurem Black. I'm going to hard switch to our Spadef Shaniqua. Our girl, he goes for a Draco. And judging by that damage, he's not Specs, and he's not Life Orb either because we don't see any damage. He might be Expert Belt, he might be Scarfed, we have no idea what he is, but he's definitely max special attack. We know that much, and probably Timid too. Judging by the damage roll, he's most likely going to be Timid. So he goes out to the Electros. Our Dragonite actually hard walls him, and he goes for the U-turn, which is kind of interesting. No Volt Switch, he has U-turn, but it does about 6 damage, and we can tell that he is specially offensive, not physically offensive by that damage, which is also great to know. He brings out the Kyurem, which has Terravolt, which is Mold Breaker, and we're not going to stay in because you can OHKO Dragonite because he breaks our multi-skill, and Ice Beam just destroys us. So does Draco Meteor, which is what he went for. He tries going for it again because if he gets a crit, Shaniqua is down and gone for the count. But Shaniqua eats it up because Shaniqua is a player. She's a team player, and she's bulky, and she's actually doing something. Wow. Can you believe it, Shoddy? Shaniqua's doing something. So now he's going to go out to Electros. I predict that. Go for the Waterfall just to get off a little bit of damage because Earthquake does not affect it because he has Levitate and all that good stuff. Again, we're just going to make the safe swap, and we go out to Dragonite, because Dragonite does really, really, really good against this team. And like I said earlier, if we can get up our sub, we can actually do really, really good. And since he... well, we're not sure whether he has HP Ice or not, but if we get up a sub sometime against the Electros, that would be great. This was the turn where I wanted to scout for the HP Ice, so I went for the Toxic, because an HP Ice would do, it would do over half to us, depending on his set, it would do over half. And then we can Dragon Claw or whatever. Do we have Dragon Claw? I don't remember. Yeah, we do have Dragon Claw, and we can just go from there if he had HP Ice, but he didn't have HP Ice, so now we can set up a sub on that Electros next time it's in. Goes out to the Granbull. I know he needed a hit, especially from a defensive Granbull, and he goes for the Play Rough, and he's banded. Oh, we saw that like 2 turns ago. He's banded, Play Rough, Granbull, which I didn't really expect Granbull to come, but once I saw Granbull, I thought it was either going to be Cleric or Banded. There was really no in between. I didn't think it was going to be AV. I thought it would either be Cleric with Heal Bell or it would be Banded, and it turned out to be the Banded one. I kept going for Roost because I didn't want to switch in the Arcanine and have him double, because that wouldn't really be too great, especially if he doubled out to like, I don't know, maybe like Emboar if it had Head Smash or something. But we go to Shaniqua, and Shaniqua eats up hits from this Kyurem Black. Shaniqua is actually walling a Kyurem Black. How often can you say that Shaniqua with a Quagsire is walling a Kyurem Black? I never thought I'd say that, but I'm saying it right now. We go for the Curse now because I want to try setting up, but he actually swaps out to the Hippowdon. We do have a Waterfall though, so we can either set up all over this thing, we can go for a Waterfall, gauge how much it does, see what kind of set this Hippowdon is, if he's max defense, if he's mixed or whatever. Go for the Waterfall, and it looks like he is max defense or somewhere near max defense, something like that. We know he's definitely really invested into the defense, probably as a little backup check to a defensive, or not defensive, to a D-Dancing Dragonite. That's probably going to be his check, which is why I didn't bring D-Dance Dragonite, because Hippowdon is just so fat. But he doubles into, well, he doesn't double, he switches out to Electros, and I did not predict that. I went for the Curse because I just wanted to set up, but that was a really great play, and we've already seen the Giga Drain, so we got to go to Jade, and now this is where we can set up our sub. Because with a sub behind us, we can Dragon Claw anything. If he goes up to Granbull, we can just Roost off and just easily beat it by roosting up. So Granbull isn't really going to be too much of an issue. He's actually going to withdraw. He's not even going to U-turn because I guess he doesn't want to take a hit. He's going to go to this thing, which is kind of weird because I would have went for a Dragon Claw, but he goes into this thing. Sandstorm's going to go away, and we're behind a sub now. We got to see what move he's going to lock himself into. He locks himself into Ice Beam, and we got to go for a Dragon Claw. It's going to do a ton of damage, and it's going to put him in range of a Mach Punch from Breloom, or it's also going to put him in range of a Bullet Punch from Scissor. So that's great now. This thing is definitely in range, and because he went for the Draco a few times in a row on the Quagsire, that leads me to believe that he is a Scarfed variant. It's going to be a backup little check to D-Knight, I guess. I assume that's why he brought it, and so right now I'm thinking that it's Scarfed. Go to Arcanine, he doubles out into Electros, which is a great play. I'm going to go for the Morning Sun because we saw a U-turn. We didn't see Volt Switch, so I don't think he has Volt Switch. I think he has like T-Bolt, Giga Drain, U-turn, and Flamethrower. That's the set I think he has. So he U-turns out into Hippowdon. Now, this Arcanine is meant for the Hippowdon, but his EQ is going to do over 50% right now, and I don't really want to take that damage, especially... I don't want to take that damage right now because I may need this thing for the Beedrill and for the Emboar, so I don't really want to keep it in. I was so close to going for Fire Spin though, but he actually swaps out into the Electros, and had I went for Fire Spin, that would have been amazing. But we're here with Celery, and I'm thinking this thing's AV because you don't see left Evs or anything, so I'm going to go for a Psychic, and we're going to take it out because even if it is AV, it does take it out. So Celery, the Celebi, takes out the Electros, and I think that was that the first KO of the match? I think that was the first KO of this match. He's going to go to the Beedrill. I thought this thing was Jolly. If he's not Jolly, we do outspeed him and we can kill him with a Psychic. But I either thought he was Jolly or he's going to protect this turn. So he got to Scizor. But he does neither of them. And he goes for U-turn. He did tell me after the match that he was adamant. So we could have just taken out the Beedrill right there if we went for Psychic. That's insane. I don't know why that was such a risky play, but it really did pay off for him. As you can see, I'm going to have to go for the U-turn route because I can't really stay in on this Hippowdon. Because he's definitely going to carry Fire Fang as coverage for the Scizor. He got to the Celebi. He goes for the Slack Off, which is definitely interesting. Now we're here with Celebi. We can set up Calm Minds, we can go for the Giga Drain, we can do some stuff right now. He actually swaps out into Choji, which is the Emboar, as I go for the Giga Drain, and this is the first time Emboar's in. I have no idea what kind of Emboar this is. No idea. Scarf, Banded, Life Orb, Specs? I don't know. I have no idea. Expert Bell even? I have no idea. So I'm going to go out to Dragonite, and we are not going to be able to gauge any if he's Scarfed or Banded or anything like that, but we can see whether he's Life Orbed. And he is Life Orbed, as you can see right there with losing some of his HP. He's Life Orbed Emboar, which is great to know. We go back out to Celebi, and we do outspeed this thing guaranteed. He can Sucker Punch. It's going to do like less than 40%. Or it should be around 40%. He's going to go to Scramble. We Psychic. He's Banded. We know it's going to do a lot, and it's going to be able to do a KO, especially after the Poison. It might be like a roll. We might need like the absolute minimum just to not take him out. I'm not really quite sure what his investments were. Maybe if he was max HP, it was a roll. If he wasn't max HP, it probably wasn't a roll. So he's going to have to Beedrill now. Beedrill's a threat. I know he's definitely just going to U-turn right now. He doesn't really have a reason not to U-turn. So we're going to go Arcanine. U-turns shouldn't do too much, as it does not do too much because Arcanine is fat. Lily, our girl, she's so bulky and fat, and I love her. She's fat, but I love her for being fat. That's the good thing about Lily. So he's going to go to Kyurem Black. He can probably just drop a Draco right now, and it's going to definitely hurt anyone a lot on our team, honestly. We can't really go out to Quagsire because Quagsire's not at the best amount of HP to take 2. So we're going to have to Scizor, and that does a lot more than I thought, and we cannot switch back in on Rocks because Rocks does 22, and we're at 20. I go for the BP because I thought he might have stayed in right there, predicting me to go for a U-turn or something, but he definitely played me right there. I'm going to go for the Defog, get rid of the Rocks just so that he's going to have to either set them up again or whatnot. You know the deal. You know the deal. So he's going to Fire Fang. He reveals the Fire Fang, takes out the Scizor. So that definitely stinks. If he missed, that would have been great, but I don't really care about misses or anything. So we get to go to Shaniqua, and we get to set up. Finally, we get to set up. This is the prime time to set up right now. Shaniqua can actually have a chance at sweeping. Shaniqua has a chance at sweeping right now. I'm so excited. So we get to go for a Waterfall. I should have went for EQ here because I knew I was really predicting him to swap, but I just didn't know. I don't know what went through my head. I was like, oh, he's gonna swap. Let me go for Waterfall. I don't know. I should have EQ'd there because an EQ would have most likely taken him out or leave him at like very red HP so that Breloom's Mach Punch can definitely take him out. But oh well, it happens. So now he's going to get to the Kyurem Black. He's going to Ice Beam. He's going to try taking us out or freezing or something. We're going to recover. Shaniqua's doing her job. She is doing her job right now. And he's going to Ice Beam again. He's going to get a crit. And he's going to get a freeze. And this was actually the turn I went for EQ because I really wanted to just take this thing out. We got a crit and the freeze, which definitely stinks, but we do have one more chance to thaw. We stay frozen the first turn. Last turn, we got to wake up. No, not wake up, but thaw out. We don't thaw out. And yeah, Shaniqua gets frozen to death. So that just happened. Shaniqua got frozen to death, and Shaniqua is down. Now we got to go to Juanita up. And we can Mach Punch and just take this thing out. We have no reason to predict anything because we can just Bullet Seed the next turn. If he swaps out to like to anything else, he can just Bullet Seed the next turn or Mach Punch the next turn or whatever. Now he's going to get to Emboar. The time is really winding down right now. And I go for the Spore. Now here is where a little bit of stall happens. Not really like stall, but there's like, I don't remember how much time. I think there was like, I don't know. I think there's maybe 10 minutes, something under 10 minutes left in the battle. So there's definitely under 10 minutes left in the battle. Maybe 8 minutes left in the battle at this point, I think. And I spored. I didn't want to risk him waking up and taking out Breloom because we would have just lost right there. Had that happened, had he woken up and Flare Blitz and taken out Breloom, we would have lost right there to the Beedrill because Beedrill can just sweep the rest of our team. It might not sweep Arcanine, but 2 hits would definitely sweep Arcanine. And we probably could have gotten swept right there had we stayed in and Flare Blitz. If we Swords Dance right there, though, we would have won right then and there. We would have won because the +2 Mach Punch takes out the Beedrill for sure from where he's at. Takes out the Emboar for sure. And Bullet Seed would take out the Hippowdon, which are his only 3 Pokemon left because Kyurem Black is down. Electros is also down. And what was the other one? Granbull went down to Celebi. So we could have just, I don't know, we could have Swords Dance and won the match 3-0 right there, but I didn't really think I should risk it because we can easily solve out the remaining 8 minutes if we can just manage to take out one of these Pokemon, which shouldn't be too hard because Hippowdon, Emboar, and Beedrill, 2 of them are weak to Psychic, other one's weak to Grass, and Celebi has both of those stabs, which is fantastic. And so, like I said, there's under 8 minutes, and we can easily just stall out the rest of this. Something that's kind of maybe debatable. You're going to stall out the timer trip. What are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. It's hacks. Blah. It's not really hacks. I mean, it's timer. Timer's there for a reason. People in the league might be mad that I'm doing this, but it's the safest thing to do. I guarantee you would be doing this if you were in this position too, because why would you risk him waking up and going for the Flare Blitz on your Breloom and you losing right there as you tried to set up and win? There's really no point in risking that. And also, this Hippowdon's going to go down to the Toxic right now. and that means Arcanine gets the kill, not Celebi. And then the turn ends, or the match ends right after this. He actually went for Slack Off on the Hippowdon, which basically gave me the for sure I can win right there, because as you see, time has run out and we defeated Gabriel, and that is the end of the match. So we win 3-2. Like I was talking about earlier, people might be mad that I did that, but I mean, I wouldn't have been able to do that unless he slacked off with Hippowdon, so it's not really my fault. It's more, it's not my fault that happened. It's kind of like he played into it, because he went for slack off with Hippowdon when he should have just sacked it and went out speed drill, and he would have won had there had been no match timer. Had this been on Showdown, he would have won for sure, because the beat drill would have cleaned up. But had this been on Showdown, I would have just Swords Dance with the Breloom, because that would have been my only chance to win. And as we saw, his Emboar did sleep, so we would have won had this been on Showdown and there was no battle timer. We still would have won, because Breloom would have just swept the rest of his Pokemon. So I don't really think that the timer mattered. I just felt like the timer made it a much safer win for me, if anything. Also, he kind of played into the timer thing, because he went for Slack Off and then Hippowdon at the very end there when it was versing Celebi. So I was a great match though, Gabriel. That was a fantastic match. We got our first win in the TBU. It's a 3-2 win. 1 kill for Arcanine, 2 kills for Celebi, and 1 kill for Breloom. We could have gone 4 kills for Breloom at the end there, but like I said, I didn't need to risk it. It was way too risky, and I could have just easily stall out the battle timer and win like that way. So not really too much to debate. We definitely win, but now apparently there's a new rule that says we're not allowed to let the timer go down. From now on, when the timer goes down, they're gonna choose who the winner is. So that's not taking place this match though. It's taking place from week 4 onwards. So you do get the win this time. We get the 3-2 victory. So our differential goes up by 1, I believe. So yeah, I'm really happy about this victory. I'm really happy. I think we played really well. Only thing maybe we could have done well was predict a little bit better, but I played the entire match really safely, honestly. I guess I risked Psychic for Celebi against the Electros, and maybe Psychic on Celebi against the Granbull. Maybe I risked those, but I feel like I had to. Why is my dog barking? I feel like I had to risk those, because had we not... Why are you barking? He's like in my room barking. I don't know. That was a great match. I'm just rambling right now. So we went 3-2. Next week, we're going up against the Live Wurmple FC and their coach, Richie. And that's going to be a really tough match. It's a great team, and it's going to be a lot of fun, honestly. So we're 1-2 now. There's only 8 weeks, so we have 5 more weeks to try and get a good record so that we can make playoffs, honestly. Everyone in the league is doing amazingly, especially in our division. This was not a divisional match. This is the first non-divisional match. This was against Gabriel, who is in the other division. Let me check what division we're in right now. I completely forgot. This is not good. This is no bueno. This is no bueno. What division are we in? Let's check. We are in the Kanto division, and he was in the Johto division. So we're in the Kanto division, and he's in the Johto division. That was the week 3 match. I don't know, I'm just repeating myself. If you enjoyed, you know what to do. Leave a like right down below, because I'm from 11. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. Great match, Gabriel. I really hope we can play again, maybe in playoffs or something. I'm not sure. We don't play again throughout the regular season, but maybe in playoffs, that'd be really cool. Yeah, that's going to be. I hope you guys did enjoy, and have yourselves a great day. And until next time, have a nice shit.